Warrior work for September 19th. Number 1. Solve the equation for L. S equals B plus 1/2 PL. First thing we need to do is write our equation. Our equation was S equals B plus 1/2 PL. Since I'm solving for L, that means that I want L to be all by itself on one side of our equal sign. So what I see that I need to move is B, 1/2, and P. You always start off undoing addition or subtraction first, so we're going to subtract B from both sides. B minus B will cancel itself out. So we're left with 1/2 PL on the right side. S and B are not like terms, so we'll just bring down S minus B. We still have to move away the 1/2 and the P. I'll start with the 1/2. I can read this as 1/2 times P times L. So if I'm undoing multiplication, I need to divide both sides by 1/2. Dividing a fraction is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. And the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. Now our 1/2 and 2 will cancel each other out, and we're just left with PL. On the left side, 2 times S is 2S. 2 times negative B is negative 2B. I have one more thing to move. That's the P. I undo multiplication and divide both sides by P. The P will cancel out, so you're left with L. 2S minus 2B all over P is left on the left side. Now that you have L by itself, you've solved your equation. Number 2. Rewrite 3x plus 4y equals 15 plus 6y so that y is a function of x. What we need to know here is that it's asking us to write y as a function of x, so that pretty much just means to solve for y. So we want to get y all by itself. 3x plus 4y equals 15 plus 6y. To solve this equation for y, I need to move my variables. I want to move my y's to be on the same side. So let's move the 4y. To cancel out a positive 4y, I need to subtract 4y from both sides. This will give me 3x equals 15 plus 2y. Remember, we're trying to solve for y, so now I need to move away the 15 and the 2. I'll start by subtracting 15 from both sides. Now, we cannot actually subtract 15 from 3x because they're not like terms. The last step I take to get y by itself is to divide both sides by 2. This leaves us with y equals 3x minus 15 all over 2. You could also write this as y equals 3/2 x minus 15/2. Both would be correct. For number 3, use the results from number 2 to find y when x equals -1, 0, and 2. Okay, so we know what our equation is. We want to find out what y equals when x equals -1, 0, and 2. So we're going to plug in our values for x. So for example, with -1, plug in parentheses first, and then we can plug in -1. 3 times -1 is -3. -3 minus 15 is -18. And -18 divided by 2 is -9. So when x equals -1, y equals -9. Now let's plug in 0 for x. Plug in parentheses first. 0 is our value for x. 3 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 15 is -2. So y equals -15 over 2, or -7 1/2. Our last number is 2. Plug in parentheses first. X equals 2, so I'll replace my parentheses with the 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 15 is -9. So y equals -9/2, or -4 1/2.